Put the power of an upright in the palm of your hand. With the Royal Dirt Devil, it has a revolving brush, and it can handle all kinds of dirt. Pick up the handheld vac that really picks up. Dirt Devil by Royal.
Dirt Devil, model 103. So, this is an actual Dirt Devil. This is not what you see today as a, like, Dirt Devil branded vacuum cleaners. You know, as in, regular vacuum cleaner that is a Dirt Devil brand. That's different from this. This is a real Dirt Devil. This is a Royal Dirt Devil. And this is what the name Dirt Devil was originally intended to be, was these things. Hand vacuums. And after that, you know, they turned into a cheap brand for Royal and whatever. But this is the original Dirt Devil, and these are actually pretty decent machines. Really handy. They're not as good as like the Royal, I think it's called the Royal Prince or something. Basically the same thing, but metal. But as far as performance, they're about the same. And you can see this has the Royal branding all over it, unlike a modern Dirt Devil, which does not, because they're not proud of their product. They are using Dirt Devil as another name to separate themselves from their cheap products. Anyway, this is a Royal Dirt Devil model 103, the original one. I used to have one named, called it was a Dirt Devil Ultra. That was not as good. This is the original one. This one's a lot better. This features a shakeout bag, and can I remove it with one hand? Of course not. No, I'm not pulling the tripod out for a short video on a Dirt Devil. Okay. Here you go. Features a shakeout bag. You could get an adapter that somehow fit in here, from what I understand, to fit paper bags, but most people just use them as a shakeout bag. When this got full, you would empty it, and it's getting about time for me to do so as well. And this bag nicely seals around here. That's the one thing that, from what I've heard, is better on these than the actual Royal models, the metal ones, is the seal. It doesn't poof out as much dust. This, of course, is a full-size hand vacuum, a hand vacuum, so like a full-size vacuum, it has a... Ah! Don't you try to kill me. Hey! Stop it! That's one complaint I have about this machine, and I'll get to that in a second. Anyway, you can see it has a brush roll that was nicely demonstrated when it tried to bite my finger off. And you can pull this out. It's like a rubber plug. I see, now I don't want to say a lot of them, but I see some of these for sale, and I've always wanted to pick one up, but they're always missing this rubber plug, and without that, they're useless because all the suction comes through here. Anyway, you can see by the fan in there that it's basically like a smaller version of the standard Royal, because this is a direct air type system, meaning that the air goes directly through the fan. So that's nice. So obviously you're not getting great suction with these, although they did have a tool. But obviously suction is not the most important thing. Airflow and agitation are, and those are pretty good. Alright, here's my complaint. This power switch. Too easy to accidentally push. You saw that it accidentally turned on there, and while I shouldn't have been playing around with it turned on, or plugged in, you know, whatever. But my other complaint, well, this isn't a good example, but like I was doing the couch the other day, right? And the machine's on, and I was going like up underneath something. This button, this switch here, protrudes out so far, and it's so easy to switch that I like hit it. So it did. So like every other second, it was turning off. So that's the only really complaint I have about this machine, this switch. It would have been nice if maybe they could put it here, or even there's fine, but like one of those rocker switches that you kind of gotta like push in. I don't know, something other than this. Anyway, I guess we'll go ahead and clean up some pencil shavings here. And the reason I'm choosing pencil shavings is because I needed to empty my pencil sharpener, so on the floor seems like a good place to do it. but also you can see that it's got larger particles here, but it also leaves behind smaller particles of graphite that it's probably not going to clean up too well, but we'll see. So you can see it does pretty good. Leaves a few pieces, but most of those actually just pop back over. But it did leave a line, and that line is from the rug plate here. So, you know, that's typical. So, there you go. It picked all that up, and it's in the bag. Now, a hand vac is like this is something that is not really commonplace anymore like it used to be, because used to, you know, your upright vacuums, you know, like this is from like the 80s, they went into the 90s, didn't really have onboard hoses and attachments, but now most vacuum cleaners do, and people just use those, although I much prefer this, because there's one exception I'll get to in a second, but this machine has an electric motor driven brush here, and it didn't pick up some of these guys, but whatever. It's got an damn you! Trying to chew my finger off. It's got an electric belt driven brush, and it's a direct air drive, and it's got, I like the shakeout bag. The only thing I can say it doesn't really do a good job on are more large, dense particles like this. It will pick them up eventually, but they'll kind of, it spits them out more often than not. But for other stuff, like stuff that's not dense like this, it's fine. Anyway, most modern vacuums, if you have a, you know, if you're using an attachment, it's going to be something that has a brush, but it's not like a brush roll that actually agitates the carpet or whatever you're cleaning. So those aren't as good because you're going to have to go back and forth with it like this to get the same type of action that you would on this, just going like this. And the ones that do, they do have those turbo brushes or whatever, you know, they attach to the end of the hose, and they got a little, like, air-powered wheel that spins around a brush, and those aren't as good, because those get clogged up and plugged up really easily, plus they're bogged down and stop really easily. The only thing that I would say is probably better than this for this type of cleaning, like, you know, pull out, I want to do my chair here, you know, is, or a car, or any of that stuff. This isn't too great in a car. It can do the seats and whatnot, but it really can't get down in under the seats and stuff. Anyway, I'm getting sidetracked. An Electrolux Sidekick. Little small power nozzle. Hooks on the end of the hose. It's about that big, you know, that wide. You know, probably about the same width as this, actually. And they have an electric motor inside of them. I had one, but it was really, really worn out. I don't have it anymore. If I do, it's somewhere. I don't know. Anyway, this is a Dirt Devil. And that's about all I have to say about said Dirt Devil. I'm just trying to get this video to 10 minutes. Goodbye.